Preseason. After the previous season ended, Mark took a long look at his squad and knew something had to change. Almost immediately after the final match, he began searching for players who could elevate Naha to the very top. He scouted relentlessly, watching local matches, studying profiles, and reviewing endless reports. By the time he was done, he had built a promising pool of potential signings. From that group, Mark held meetings, conducted interviews, and ultimately offered contracts to 7 new players within the first 3 months of the year 2031. A striker, Paul Ramo, arriving on a free transfer. A goalkeeper, Tevita Gounder, joining from Navua in Fiji. A right back, Jack Monty from Southern United. A striker, Owen Sogo, also from Southern United. A defender, Malia Albert from Lagu. A defender, Milton Talo, another free transfer. And finally, a midfielder, Patrick Taroga, coming from Nelson Suburbs in New Zealand. To make the most of his new recruits, Mark knew a fresh tactical system was needed. He developed a bold 4-3-3 built on wingbacks, ball-playing defenders, an anchorman, 2 Metsalas, and, his wildest idea, 3 shadow strikers drifting fluidly across all attacking spaces. It was daring. It was unconventional. It could shock the league or completely collapse. He was willing to take the risk. Friendlies. A full slate of 7 friendlies was arranged. The first match, played before the new system was introduced, was against Lagu, and Naha edged out a 2-1 win. The second match was the debut of the untested tactic, and it was immediately clear the players still needed time to understand the new dynamics. That game ended in a 2-2 draw, but then something clicked. Across the next 5 friendlies, Mark's squad erupted with confidence, scoring 15 goals and conceding only 2. The transformation was undeniable. The system was working, and perhaps, Mark thought, this was only a glimpse of what awaited. Season start. The opening league match of the season was against familiar opposition, Casa. Within just 5 minutes, Naha were already leading 2-0, a dream start that set the tone. Casa managed to score once in the second half, but Naha held firm and claimed their first 3 points. The next 3 matches were in the cup. They defeated Waniga 3-1, then followed with a 4-2 victory over Sosa. The final match of the cup trio was much tighter, but Naha still secured a hard-fought 1-0 win. Back in league play, they faced the powerhouse Solomon Warriors and stunned them with a 3-0 win. 5 matches played, 5 victories. The new tactic wasn't just functioning, it was thriving. Could they keep it going? Middle of the season. Fast forward to mid-season, the 4th of July. 11 league games have been played. In addition to their early victories, Naha had collected 8 more wins and suffered only 1 loss. They were top of the table, and the media had already begun labeling them as title contenders. Mark didn't confirm it, but he didn't deny it either. The truth was simple. With 11 matches still ahead, anything from an injury crisis to a poor run of form could derail the campaign. In the Cup, Naha topped their group with a perfect 5 wins out of 5, finishing ahead of Lagu. And as fate would have it, Lagu were their semi-final opponents. That semi-final came just 4 days after Laga handed Naha their first defeat of the season. Naha came in burning for revenge. Lagu came in confident they could beat them again. What followed was nothing short of chaos, a 10-goal thriller. Naha dominated the first half, scoring 4 times while conceding none. A 4-0 halftime lead felt comfortable, perhaps too comfortable. Within minutes of the second half, Lagu struck twice, narrowing it to 4-2 and rattling both players and fans. Naha responded by making it 5-2, only for Lagu to claw back again to 5-4 with just 2 minutes of normal time left. Mark was biting his nails. The home supporters were on edge. The final was slipping dangerously close to disaster. But then Butala delivered the final blow, scoring the 6th goal of the night and sealing a 6-4 victory. Naha were through to the final. End of the season. When Mark first conceived the idea of using 3 shadow strikers, even he had wondered whether the tactic would work or if it would end in disaster. Now, standing near the end of the season, he had his answer, Aside from 2 league defeats, the team had been relentless. They won and kept on winning. The cup final, however, proved to be a battle. Naha took the lead in the 27th minute, and no further goals were scored throughout regular time. But extra time brought chaos. Marist equalized to make it 1-1. Naha instantly responded, going ahead 2-1. Marist struck back again 1 minute later, making it 2-2. The match went to penalties. Naha's goalkeeper saved the first 2 Marist shots, and Naha converted both of theirs. The lead was 2-0. Even though Marist scored their next 2 attempts, Naha matched them with calm precision. With 4 perfect penalties, Naha finally secured the long-awaited cup trophy. It was theirs, earned through grit, belief, and a daring system. Their league form was equally impressive. When the final whistle blew on the last match, Mark celebrated another well-deserved trophy. With 60 points, 9 more than runners-up Solomon Warriors, Naha had achieved what many thought impossible. 70 goals scored in 22 matches, 27 goals conceded, a goal difference of 43. New league records for most points and most wins. Individual accolades followed. Stanley Ejeda claimed the scoring record with 17 goals. Butala secured the assist record with 11. Naha weren't just winning. They were rewriting the league's history. Mark's bold tactical shift hadn't just worked, it had transformed the club. Local media couldn't get enough of the story, and suddenly, he was everywhere in the Solomon Islands sporting headlines.